Residents in the Santa Cruz Mountains are expressing outrage after learning that a sexually violent predator is about to become their new neighbor. 69-year-old Michael Cheek served 20 years in prison for kidnapping and rape charges. State prison officials plan to have Cheek live at a house in Bonny Doon. Crown On's Amy Larson has a reaction from concerned parents.
A convicted rapist and sexually violent predator is being released from custody, and state prison officials plan to have Michael Cheek move into this house just behind me on Wild Iris Lane in Bonny Doon. Cheek is originally from Concord. In 1980, he visited Santa Cruz and violently abducted and raped a woman who he met at Seabright Beach. After he was convicted, he escaped from jail and raped a 15-year-old girl.
The district attorney and the sheriff and I were notified that the state was considering placing a sexually violent predator into Bonny Doon. We think it's an incredibly bad idea for any number of reasons. This guy has no connection to Santa Cruz County other than that he raped a woman here in 1980. No family, friends, or job that we know of. It's just a totally inappropriate place to place somebody who's dangerous into a wooded community where there's very little oversight.
Neighbors are very concerned, and one neighbor told me she thinks this plan is insane. There are 6 children who live right across the street from this house, and teenage girls live on both sides of the house.
We live right next door with 6 kids. We have a 14-year-old girl who literally walks by the house every day to take the bus, and they want to put a rapist next door.
One big concern is a lack of cell phone service in Bonny Doon. Like all sexually violent predators, Michael Cheek will be required to wear an ankle monitor. However, the residents who live here say ankle monitors don't work because there's not enough service.
We actually had a foster girl living with us last year who had an ankle monitor, and it did not work up here.
Cheek served many years of his sentence at Atascadero State Mental Hospital. The employees there wrote in a report that Cheek has not shown any remorse for his crimes, and his behavior is hostile and intimidating. County officials say taxpayers will be paying $6,000 a month to cover Michael Cheek's rent to live in this 2-story house.
It appears that the house that the state is renting for him is a $6,500 a month house, which is an insane amount of money to pay for someone to be up in the woods and effectively not monitored.
The final decision will ultimately be made by a Santa Cruz County judge.
The deadlines to have public comments to the court is August 23rd, and a decision will be made soon thereafter. We hope to make incredibly clear to the court that this is not a safe place for him to be placed, and in fact, nowhere in Santa Cruz County is appropriate.
I'm Amy Larson reporting for Cron 4 News from Bonny Doon.